Yeah, this is the National Weather Service in Muskegon.
We've been chasing lights all over down that way. 3 to 4 lights, going at a high rate of speed, up and down and all over the sky.
What did I see that night? What did I see going 72,000 miles per hour at least?
1994년 3월 8일 저녁 9시 미시간주에서 동시다발적으로 신고가 접수됩니다.
I grew up in Muskegon, which is in West Michigan.
On March 8th, 1994, I was 29 going on 30. I had been at the Muskegon National Weather Service for 3 years at that point, and I was alone on duty for the night, which is not unusual. So it was a very fair, clear, cold night.
잭이 혼자 근무 중이던 저녁 시간 22km 떨어진 그랜드 헤이븐에서 알 수 없는 물체가 목격되기 시작합니다.
Was in the basement watching TV downstairs on the couch. It was about 9 o'clock at night. That's when I saw the lights. But I thought it was a huge full moon. I did a double take. No, I saw 4 lights. That can't be a full moon. So I said, Edna, I think there's a UFO in my backyard. They were just above our tree line in our pasture. It was starting to slowly move, and it was gone. It was just gone in a flash. So then I'm left with 3. I never saw a ship or ships. I watched them totally for about a half hour. We didn't have cell phones. What surprised me most was there was no sound from the UFO.
이어 그랜드 헤이븐에서 35km 떨어진 홀랜드에서도 이는 똑같이 목격되었죠.
Daryl and I had retired to bed, and the kids were in the living room. Joey started screaming, you know, you gotta see this. Come in here, you gotta see this. Our whole living room was like a spotlight.
911.
It looks like a string of Christmas lights that's way up in the sky. Wow, you might want to have somebody take a look. It's different. I've never seen anything like it.
You can hear my kids screaming in the background on the 911 tape. So my husband, Daryl, said, let's go outside. It was not like a plane. It was not like a blimp. As slow as it possibly could. It was a cylinder shape, I said of a chrome material, saw no windows, anything like that, and it had lights coming out of the bottom. I said to Daryl, what is that? He said, Holly, it's a UFO. We stood out there for about, I want to say 15, 20 minutes before Officer Veldhaus got there.
My thought on UFOs was skeptical. I was met outside by Holly Graves and her husband. I saw 2 lights. They were both moving in a southwest direction. The lights went from white to green, and they're fairly close together, different than any normal aircraft that I've seen.
And then Officer Veldhaus left. At that point, I heard Daryl scream. Broke up into 5 before it disappeared.
As I was trying to follow the light, we were getting more calls. Ottawa County Central Dispatch.
정체불명의 물체에 대한 신고는 약 60건이나 더 접수되었고 사람들의 목격담은 모두 동일했습니다. 이어 벨트하우스 경관은 기상청과 연락을 해보는데
Hi, Muskegon. This is Ottawa County 911 calling. We've had about 60 UFO calls.
When he said something about UFOs are being seen across the skies, I thought, oh boy, you know, a lot of people are drinking out tonight.
Well, I'm looking at it in the vertical now, and there's a larger turn down there. Okay, it's moving towards the west-southwest.
For a brief moment of about 15 seconds, it just stopped and hovered, which is highly unusual.
It's gone up. I'm getting it now at about 12,000 feet.
We know it was solid. It was smooth. It seemed extremely reflective. The northernmost one would jump 20 miles, hover. The other 2 would jump 20 miles and then make that triangular formation again.
These are all up around about between 7 and 12,000 feet. 3 of them in a triangle just off the coast of Berrien County.
Once it got to that one area in southern Lake Michigan, it stopped and they were met up by dozens and dozens of other objects that I could see, going from lower, say like 4,000 or 5,000 feet, going as high as 55,000 feet.
And there's just no technology I know of that can go that fast. I did stay over and watch it a little bit more, and one by one they would disappear until they all just kind of faded away.
Driving home that night, everything was going through my mind. What's out there? It was like just a huge change in the way I had to think, that there's more out there than we all know.
그리고 다음날 이 소식을 들은 저널리스트 마이클은 관련 신고 전화 기록들을 전달받아 음성들을 모두 확인하는데
Popped it into the cassette device, it knocks your socks off.
I don't know if you guys do anything on UFOs at all. It's not a real emergency. We just called about them UFOs. We thought they're out there. They have airplanes.
You can hear the sincerity in their voices. You can hear the amazement.
그리고 그의 기사는 언론에 보도되고 미디어에서도 UFO 목격담은 연일 화제였죠.
I had no idea it was recorded. And that's when just everything broke loose.
Reported seeing the strange phenomenon in the night sky.
It had lights on it.
Flashing green lights, and once in a while you'd see like a red. Were they watching us?
MUFON is the world's largest civilian UFO research organization, and we have over 4,000 members in 40 countries. This UFO event in March of '94, over 300 witnesses to UFOs in a single night, and 42 counties had UFO sightings that night of March 8th.
Calls, I remember, from two pilots. Both of them separately verified this very bright cylindrical object going in front of them across Lake Michigan and then just disappearing at a phenomenal rate of speed.
하지만 목격자들에 대한 조롱이 생겨나고 기상학자 잭은 동료들에게 조롱거리가 되어 근무지마저 이전되어 버리죠.
And what I had seen might sound crazy.
The National Weather Service, they did not want to be known as the UFO reporting center. So they tried to make it go away in a hurry.
Could have been the culprit for the strange returns on radar, something called ground clutter.
But at this point, I was told not to talk or give interviews to anybody. Leo was the one that said, Jack, you got to get out of Michigan. Solely because of this UFO. That was the impact of my career, yes.
This report had lots of input from the military. It was released by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence.
We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Where an object was tracked buzzing an airport, then flying into the water, popping back out before appearing to split into two and disappearing.
시간이 흐르고 은퇴한 잭은 뒤늦게 자신이 목격한 그것에 대한 연구를 시작하고 목격자들을 만나 관련 정보를 모으기로 합니다.
Jack Bishog, nice to meet you finally.
It's so nice to meet you.
I know you've been investigating this the whole time. There's a lot of gaps I'd like to see filled up.
March 8th of '94, young couple that were camping out that night, there was a tall tower of water. They said it looked like a huge waterfall, at least 20 feet wide.
In the same place, I have them at 6,000 feet at that point. A lot of these UFO events occur around great big bodies of water. So there has to be a connection.
1994 sighting has affected me popularity kind of way. Recording from the radar operator did not exist. It would affect me differently, I believe.
The interesting thing to me about the two lights was one of them broke away from the other at a noticeably high speed.
The beam of my radar to track the one object, and then it split into several objects.
But the one thing that was very odd was each triangle was lined up perfectly down the beam of the radar. It almost made me wonder, are they communicating, this way? I just keep having to say, what did I see that night? What did I see going 72,000 miles per hour at least, in a second?
Nobody can conclusively say these are any kind of extraterrestrial craft. I have a feeling we're not alone in the vastness of this universe.
When I look through here, it takes me back almost 30 years.
And give me their story about that March 8, 1994 event. I am not going to give up this obsession of mine to try to figure it out. I can see doing this the rest of my life.
안녕하세요, 덕봉입니다. 풀리지 않은 미스터리 시즌 3회 2화 하늘에 떠있는 무언가였습니다. 실제로 존재했던 사건으로 구글에 검색해보셔도 잭의 인터뷰들을 찾아보실 수 있는데요. 정말 흥미로운 회차였습니다. UFO를 믿지 않는 사람도 믿을 수밖에 없게 되는 사건인 것 같은데요. 본 영상에서의 잭 부숑의 증언처럼 2004년에 틱택 사건 목격자 해군 대령 데이비드 또한 당시 미확인 물체가 자신을 인지하고 있는 듯이 비행했다고 하는데 정말 신기하네요. 저는 외계인의 존재를 믿는 편이라 정말 흥미롭게 시간 가는 줄 모르고 봤습니다. 너무 재밌네요. 넷플릭스 오리지널 시리즈 풀리지 않은 미스터리 추천드리면서 오늘 영상 여기서 마치겠습니다. 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 댓글도요. 제발 항상 건강하시길 바라겠습니다.